This is Ms. Wozniak, and this is part of my new series, Beverly Keeps Reading, where I recommend some books that you can look for, mostly things that are available online that are easy to access from home. So today I want to look at nonfiction that is available from Hoopla and some types of books that you kind of might not have thought about, like jokes. I think today and this week might be a good time to learn some jokes and tell some jokes. So here's a couple of suggestions. One's called Belly Laugh and one's called Laugh Out Loud Awesome Jokes for Kids. I have a few books that are about amazing people and their stories. The first one is Bad Girls of Fashion, and it explores the lives of 10 famous women who've used clothing to make a statement, change perceptions, break rules, attract power, and generally express their individuality. So some of them are more recent current people like Lady Gaga and Madonna, and some of them are kind of from back in history like Marie Antoinette, Coco Chanel, Cleopatra. So check this one out, Bad Girls of Fashion. This book is from a series that is edited by John Cheska, the Guys Read series. And this is a collection of 10 chapters and stories about kind of interesting and crazy things that have happened. And they're written by 10 different wonderful writers for young adults and tweens. So that one is True Stories. Phineas Gage is a book about a guy who was a railroad construction foreman in Vermont back in the 1800s, and he had a 13-pound iron rod shot through his brain in a horrible accident. And he survived. He could still walk and talk and work, but his personality changed completely. So what happened and didn't happen inside the brain of Phineas Gage tells you a lot about how your brain works and how you act human, and it's got all kinds of gruesome pictures and stuff in it. So try this one out. I have a series of books that I kind of found and got pulled together and realized they were all about leaving a home in Asia and maybe returning. This one is Every Falling Star, and it's the memoir of a North Korean boy who is forced when he's only 12 to live on the streets and fend for himself. He ends up creating a gang and kind of living by thieving and fighting and begging and stealing rides on cargo trains before eventually escaping to South Korea, becoming educated in England, and writing this incredible memoir. Leaving China is by a guy named James McMullen, who is an amazing illustrator. He was born in 1934 in China. He's the grandson of missionaries who settled there. So he's not himself of Chinese background, but he grew up there and explores his early childhood in China. But then World War II comes along and everything changes. His father joins the Allied forces, and Jim and his mother are forced to flee China and move all over the world in search of safety. Diary of a Tokyo Teen is a graphic novel format book, and it's by a young woman who's only in her early 20s now, who was born in Tokyo to a Japanese mother and American father. She moved to the U.S. when she was pretty young, but then went back to Tokyo at the age of 16. And that's what this book is about. So she explores the cutting edge of fashion in Tokyo, eats the best sushi of her life, hunts down geisha in Kyoto. This book was listed as a 2016 great graphic novel for teens by the Young Adult Library Services Association. You can also look for some great, fun stuff to do in nonfiction books. So that's what I'm going to close out with. There's some good books about doing art. There's the Make It Yourself series, which has a book about collages and sculptures and some other ones. There's a lot of drawing books. The one I'm showing here is about drawing manga. And now that spring is upon us, you can also get outside in the garden in your own backyard and try some things out. This book is called Roots, Shoots, Buckets, and Boots. So try out some great nonfiction books and try out some great activities, and I will be checking in with you again soon.